Psalms chapter 34, verse 17. The righteous cry, and Yahweh heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. Yahweh is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Yahweh delivereth him out of them all. He keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate righteousness shall be desolate. Yahweh redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and salutation to you elect Akim across the four corners of this earth, kicking this word of sincerity and truth. And with us being in this truth, we might run across certain situations where we feel like we don't know what to do. You might even feel like, the Spirit of the Lord ain't dealing with you. But ultimately, we shouldn't have those thoughts. We know that that's a spirit of doubt. That's Satan messing with us. But the reason why we have those thoughts is because we're taken down so lowly. We're brought to the ground so hard. We're put in situation after situation where we're being tried and we're being afflicted. But all this is part of the fiery trial that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai bestowed upon us, just for us to be, deemed worthy to rule into the kingdom. Okay? Now, as we jump back into the 17th verse of Psalms, the 34th chapter, it says, the righteous cry, and Yahweh heareth them. Okay? And with us being in this thing, we're going to cry many times, man. Whether you're physically crying or whether you're just crying out to the Lord, asking if he can help you endure through this BS that we got to go through every day. All right? Because we're in this hell. We're in captivity. And we suffer daily. As the scriptures say, we die daily because we're in this place. We're in the flesh, and we're weak while we're in the flesh. That's why we got to cry to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And also, too, because we got this wicked man, this devil, the so-called white man, ruling over us right now, man. So it's plenty of reasons for us to cry out. Again, you got these devils ruling over you. We're in captivity where we got to get, work and get messed up at work, whether it be our bodies or whatever the case might be. Or, even you got spirits messing with you in your head, man. Having you think crazy thoughts, thinking like, man, just whatever the case might be, man. That's why we got to cry out to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that he delivers us out of these troubles that we're in right now, because we're in trouble. Like the brothers Barack Abar and Karab did in their live show today, man. You got to yell a SOS, man. We need help, But that's part of having that contrite spirit, okay? Verse 18. Yahweh is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart. Okay, and what does it mean to have a broken heart or broken mind? To know that you ain't shit, excuse my language, but to know that you're lowly, that you're nothing. To know that our righteousness is of a filthy rag, and to know and acknowledge the fact that we do need help. To know that we can't do this by ourselves, that we need Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to help get these demons away from us, man, in order to progress in the spirit, And it says, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Now, when you go to this word contrite, give me one sec. That word there is daka, okay?
Strong's H 1793. Daka.
All right, so when you go into that word daka, it says dust. Now, when you actually think back, dust is usually in lowly places, whether it be under your bed or on the ground. It's always in a lowly place, and that's how we are in this. That's how we are in here, man. We're set in a lowly place right now. We're a very low tree right now in a society where the wicked's ruling over us, man. Where we're subject unto sin. Death is around the corner. Whatever the case might be, we're in a very low place. All right. Now, when you go to the root of this word, Shalak, if you hear cars, I'm just outside while I'm doing this lesson. I just want to get out the house and breathe a little bit. All right. But when you go to the origins of this word, daka, again, it's just daka with just one, with one ka. But when you look up the definition of it, it says to crush, or to be crushed, to be contrite, to be broken, all right, to be shattered, to allow oneself to be crushed. So right now we feel shattered right now. We feel broken because, one, we're not in our kingdom. You know what I mean? We're subject under whatever is here when we're living in this place, man. That's again why we need to call out to our buckler, who is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, to deliver us from this place, man. Ultimately, to deliver us from this flesh. This flesh is the first thing we need to be delivered from, because that's what makes us subject under sin, is being involved in its flesh, man. And with its flesh being weak, that means these demons can attack us at all angles. All right? Got another scripture, Shalaki. I got another scripture I'm going to go to. And that's in the book of Psalms, the 51st chapter, and the 17th verse. And it reads, the sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit, Shalakia. A broken and a contrite heart, which we know in the Hebrew, and if you don't know, it means mind. Okay, so it says a broken and contrite mind. Oh, Yahweh, will thou not despise? Okay, so it says the sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit, because, you know, we don't need to sacrifice no more, man. Yahweh Shai dealt with the sacrifice, with the the sacrifices of sin. You know, of course, we know all the laws are not done away with, but the one law that is done away with is the sacrifices, because Yahweh Shai is our sacrifice. All right, and it says the sacrifices of the Most High are also a broken spirit. Okay, so that's a broken spirit, and how is your spirit being broken? When you're in a fiery trial daily, or when you're being tried as gold is tried through the furnace. You know, that's that sacrifice that we got to deal with daily. You know, to deem us worthy to be ready for the kingdom, to be ready to rule. You know, we're brought in tons of situations where we're being tempted daily. You know, being in this place that we're in right now. You know, temptations all around the corner. But this is part of our sacrifice that we're dealing with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know? And it says those sacrifices are a broken spirit. All right? So we're going to be broken in these sacrifices that we're dealing with every day. And that's being tried like gold is tried in the fire. Okay? That's us being put in this fire. Put in tough situations to see what we're going to do. Like when you go to Deuteronomy, the 8th chapter, it talked about us being in the wilderness. Okay? We were in the wilderness for 40 years. It was meant for us to be humbled. Okay? He did it to humble us, to see what we're going to do, what we're going to call on the Lord. Okay? Where we're going to follow the ways, where we're going to follow the commandments, where we're going to have faith. That's like us being put in a situation right now. Now, we know we're not in the wilderness We know we're not in the wilderness right now, but we know that we're being placed in a situation to see if we're going to be steadfast in the truth, in the faith, you know? And that's being contrite. Are we going to be able to endure through this contrite mind that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai put upon us? You know? Salakia. Got another scripture. And that's in the book of Isaiah, the 57th chapter, the 15th verse. For thus saith the high and lofty one that inhabiteth eternity, whose name is holy, and we know that's Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh why Yahweh Shai, the Father and the Son, okay? Because we know both of their names are holy, and we can't go to Yahweh but only through Yahweh Shai. All right? I dwell in a high and holy place, with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit. So in order to dwell in a high holy place, which we know is the kingdom, we have to be in a contrite and humble lowly spirit on this side. You know, you got to be able to experience the low to appreciate the high. Like me and Karat Shamar done in a sit down we did a few days ago. Now, when you go to this word humble, Shalakia, the word humble, in this verse right here, the word there is shapal, okay?
Strong's H8217, Shafal. Shafal. And second entry, Shephalah. Shephalah.
Khan. Now we know in the ancient Hebrew it's pronounced shapal. But when you go into this word humble, it means low, humble. You know, humiliated, lowly. Like when we went into the definition of contrite before, it means dust, like humus of the ground, humiliated. Okay, so pretty much they're both one and the same. All right. But as we continue in this verse, it says, I dwell in a high and holy place, with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit, to revive the spirit of the humble and to revive the heart of the contrite one. So that's what Yahweh Shai was able to do. With him conquering death and being brought into paradise, being on the right hand side of the Most High, it was able to revive our minds. It revived our minds. So we'll be able to endure through these hardships that we're going through. So we'll be able to endure this humiliation that we're going through. Because Yahweh Shai was placed in the same situation as we are, in the same flesh that we're in. He was able to conquer it. Okay, so that's that living example, but he was made humble to show that we can do it as well. Okay, and also, again, like the scriptures say, he was made to revive the heart of the contrite ones. And who are the contrite ones? That's the elect. The ones who are earnestly doing his work in sincerity and truth. The ones who's living the life of Yahweh, the ones who's living the life Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai wanted us to live in righteousness, and the ones who's going through it, living it as an example. Okay? For I will not contend forever, neither will I be always wroth, for the spirit should fail before me in the souls which I have made. Okay? Got another scripture I'm gonna go through. Man, it's just being contrite, man. That means you're gonna always have a heavy spirit on you. Because that showed Yahweh Shai had a heavy spirit on you, on him, Salakia. You know what I mean? We supposed to live like he did, man. He endured through it just like we're supposed to endure through it. But we know that this isn't our rest, so we're gonna have to be able to have these contrite minds and be able to endure through this, man. Again, because this isn't our rest, and it's only gonna get worse. Especially knowing the stuff that's gonna come in the future, it's only gonna get worse. But this is our glory, as the scriptures say when you go to Ephesians, the third chapter, the 13th verse. He talks about our tribulation that we're receiving, it being our glory. You know what I mean? Being shattered, being broken on certain situations, being humiliated, being humble. That's going into being our glory. But this is going to be the last scripture that I'm going to bring out. And really what I did, I typed in the word contrite in the blue letter just to find out all the scriptures that had it, just to show an example of, of how we need to be. If you're in the spirit, that's how you are. You're going to be contrite. You're going to feel sick sometimes. You're going to feel vexed. You're going to feel like you ain't nothing. You're going to feel like, oh man, should I be doing more? You know what I mean? Ultimately, that's how you're supposed to feel. And we supposed to always feel like we should be doing more. Because Yahweh Shai was always doing the work. All the great men that was placed in front of us was always doing the work. So that's that living example. But in this last scripture, as it reads, Shalakia, give me one sec. This last scripture, it's going to be the last one I pull up. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 2. You know what? I'm just going to start at verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye built unto me? And where is the place of my rest? That's a question that he's asking. Where is the house that you built unto me? Where is my rest? When you read the scriptures, you know that the house started with Yahweh Shai because he was the chief cornerstone. And then he set up Peter to be a stone as well. That's why his name was Cephas. We're the house that's being built. And this is the place of his rest. All right? This ministry. Okay? Verse 2. For all those things hath mine hand made, and all those things have been, saith Yahweh. And who is his hand? And that's Yahweh Shai. That's his right hand. That's why he sits at the right hand of Yahweh. Okay? But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor. Now, who are the poor ones? That's the elect right now. Lord willing, I'm one of those, man. Of course, all the brothers can attest to it, but we're in poor situations right now, man. We're lowly, and I'm even going to look this word poor up really quick. All right? That word there is Ainaya, okay? And it says poor, afflicted, humble, wretched, poor, needy, poor, and weak. Because we're weak being in this flesh right now. We have Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai who strengthens us, but this flesh we're made weak being on this side. Okay? Poor, weak, afflicted, humble, lowly. Okay? So when you go back to it, it says, but to this man will I look, even to him that is poor or afflicted or lowly or humble, as the definition stated, even to him that is humble or poor and of a contrite spirit, and tremble at my word. You know? And we're supposed to tremble. That's another part of us being contrite, being lowly. Because we're supposed to tremble at this word, to know that we ain't right, to know that we our righteousness is of a filthy rag, and to hope that we're going to be saved. Because we are prisoners of hope ultimately. You know, Elder Monatizak brought a beautiful point up when he did his video talking about Yahushua being the ultimate physician. Okay? But it says, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. Okay? So we're going to tremble at his word. We're lowly in this thing, man. We know that we're nothing, man. When you go to Ezekiel, the 17th chapter, it talks about us being a low tree. You know? Being of the ground. Being of the dust. You know? Ultimately, that's what we were made of anyway. Yahushua made us of the dust, of the dirt, man. You know? So that's how we got to act being in this thing, to know that we are nothing, man. And to keep that in mind, to know that when you know that you are nothing, you're going to have that lowly, contrite spirit. You're going to have that shattered and broken spirit, because you're going to always think back to like, man, I hope I'm doing enough. I hope I'm doing enough to be saved. And that's the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's the fear of that word, trembling at his word, man. To know that you should always know that you should be doing more and that we can do more. Especially with his word being living water, and it's always continual topics being brought up, you know. But again, I didn't want to make this too long. You know, Lord willing, it was edifying. It was just on my spirit to do that, because that's something that myself is going through, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, being in this truth, you can be able to test that man, you know, you're going to feel like you ain't shit sometimes, man. You're going to feel like you're nothing. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah said that he could have put up rocks to do this, man. But he had called us to do it, man. So the least we could do is do the work with a lowly spirit, with a lowly mind, man. All right? But again, you know, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I would like to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and blessings and salutations to you elect brothers, you valiant, you contrite brothers, kicking this word of sincerity and truth. Man up, we almost out of this thing. We are almost through. Our fiery trial is almost at an end. Shalom.